What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. Okay, people. So we got a major fight coming up in 4 days. In 4 days, undefeated superstar, title contender, Keyshawn Businessman Davis is going to take on newly crowned WBO lightweight world champion, Ukrainian star boxer, Denis Berinchyk on Friday, Valentine's Day. As Keyshawn and his brothers say, ain't no love this Valentine's Day, right? Now, in Keyshawn Davis' last fight, he took on what was supposed to be the toughest fight of his career against Gustavo Lemos, who came in massively overweight and got dominated and stopped by Keyshawn in 2 rounds. And he did this announcing, not just dominating Gustavo Lemos, but he was headlining in his hometown in Richmond, Virginia. And he put on an absolute dominating, dazzling performance, right? And announced his superstardom. People question his punching power. He answered that bell. People question, can he take a punch? Gustavo Lemos arguably beat Richardson Hitchens in his last fight before he fought Keyshawn Davis, right? That's what made this the toughest test of his career, because everybody thought that Gustavo Lemos actually beat Richardson Hitchens in that fight, and he should be undefeated. I thought he won the fight, but he didn't get the nod. Nonetheless, Keyshawn dismantled him, dominated Gustavo Lemos, right? Absolutely dominant. It wasn't even a competitive fight. The fight never even got started. He was very sharp, very accurate, and like I said, there was a lot of pressure on Keyshawn Davis because Keyshawn Davis was headlining in his hometown, right? With his sisters singing the national anthem in front of his home crowd, in front of his family, right? And his brothers fighting on the card. He orchestrated this entire card. Not that I was concerned, because when he was walking out, they was interviewing him while he was walking to the ring. But he put on a show. He didn't just put on an event. He put on an absolute show, right? He's now 12 wins, no loss, no draw, 8 wins by way of knockout. Again, he's 25 years of age, 5'9", with about a 71-inch arm reach, okay? He's going to take on undefeated Denis Berinchyk, right? And Denis Berinchyk, 19 wins, no loss, no draw, 9 wins by way of knockout. He shocked the world by beating Emmanuel Navarrete in the upset. He did, Denis Berinchyk, right? Now, going into the fight with Gustavo Lemos, Keyshawn Davis had a spat with one Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis is a superstar in the sport of boxing. Superstar, right? Gervonta Tank Davis is 30 wins, no loss, no draw, 28 wins by way of knockout. Now, he got a fight coming up March 1st against Lamont Roach, somebody he's familiar with. He fought twice in the amateurs. Lamont Roach is the WBA featherweight world champion, okay? Super featherweight world champion, 130-pound champion. They're going to fight March 1st at the Barclays Center in a few weeks in Brooklyn, right? With that said, Tank Davis is one of the cash cows and one of the faces of the sport of boxing. His options are limited because he don't want to do business with Shakur Stevenson in a unification. He don't want to do business with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, right? Okay. Steven Espinosa recently stated that Tank Davis, this is his last, no disrespect to Lamont Roach, B-level fight, is what Steven Espinosa said. This is the last time Tank Davis is going to be in a fight of this magnitude. He only wants to fight the absolute biggest fights that's available, right? Well, Keyshawn Davis if he does what I expect him to do and what he expects to do with Dennis Baranchyk on Friday and dismantles Dennis Baranchyk and becomes the WBO champion, the amount of pressure he's going to apply to Gervonta Tank Davis to force that fight is going to be out of this world. Ryan Garcia, Steven Espinosa said, is an option. Ryan Garcia is at 147. Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia rematch is out the window. Shakur Stevenson, he clearly don't want to fight. Shakur got a fight coming up next week against Floyd Schofield. He don't want to fight Shakur Stevenson. He said that Keyshawn Davis looked better and done more than Shakur Stevenson. That's what he said. Then he said, well, Keyshawn ain't do nothing yet. But he looked better and did more than Shakur. Well, guess what? If that's the case and Keyshawn dominates Dennis Baranchyk and looks great, what is Tank Davis going to do? He going to put so much pressure because you know he's going to call out Tank Davis. He ain't got no problem calling out Tank Davis. Tank Davis going to have to answer that bell. If Tank Davis knocks out Lamont Roach, I expect him to, and looks dazzling as I expect him to, right? His ring IQ is just on another level. He does that against Lamont Roach. What direction he going in? I mean, you can't talk about Keyshawn. If Keyshawn stops Dennis Baranchyk, I think he will. That will make him 13 wins, no loss, no draw, 9 wins by way of knockout, and an absolute champion. And a champion. You fought Rolly Romero, who had 14 fights and never fought for a world title and wasn't a world champion. You said that you wanted to be undisputed at 135 pounds. You said your list of opponents, Devin Haney, Shakur, Lomachenko, it went out the window. He gonna have to fight Keyshawn Davis. You know why? Because Keyshawn Davis is not with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. So that argument is out the window. You can't say, well, he don't want to do business with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom. He don't want to, because that was the excuse. He don't want to do business with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom. He don't want to do business with Turki Al-Sheikh. Okay, Keyshawn is with Bob Arum and Top Rank. And this is why he's going to have to fight Keyshawn Davis. Let me tell you why. Because Top Rank and Bob Arum are soon to go with Turki Al-Sheikh in DAZN. That's number one. Number two, if Vasyl Lomachenko gets healthy because he's suffering from a back injury and it said that his future is in doubt, he's the IBF champion. If Vasyl Lomachenko does come back, who you think Top Rank want to make a fight with? Tank Davis and Lomachenko, or keep it in house, a unification bout between Lomachenko and Keyshawn Davis, a new superstar that they got right in house that they could build up? You think they want to pass that mantle to Gervonta Tank Davis or pass the mantle to Keyshawn Davis? They're going to want to pass it to Keyshawn Davis. And let me tell you something. Keyshawn beating Gustavo Lemos and Dennis Baranchyk and having an up-close experience with those types of styles. Now, Lomachenko is obviously leaps and bounds ahead of him, but he's suffering from injuries and he's older. Keyshawn Davis have a dominant performance against Lomachenko. He get the Lomachenko fight before Tank, who was trying to fight Lomachenko in November in unification bout. He gets that fight before Tank. And Keyshawn Davis beats Lomachenko. Now he's going to be looking Tank eye to eye. Now what? He's going to force the fight, whether it's this fight or the next fight. And if Tank don't fight Keyshawn Davis at that point in time, he's going to look seriously bad. Going to have to fight Shakur or Keyshawn Davis. Going to have to fight one of them. Going to have to make a move. Now, you said you don't want to deal with Turki and Eddie Hearn. That's why everybody gave him a pass for not fighting Shakur, because they went with Eddie Hearn and no, he don't like Eddie Hearn and he don't like Turki, which was a lie, but okay. What's going to be the reason for not dealing with Bob Arum and Top Rank for Keyshawn, since you was going to fight Lomachenko, who's with Top Rank and Bob Arum? And we know PBC deals with them, so why not? It's a lot of pressure about to be applied Better hope that Keyshawn don't look dominant on Friday. And that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at BooBuzzSportsTV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.